We got some powder tonight. I got some powder tonight. We got that nosebleed for you, Armon. Don't forget to dig it on out. Dig it on out. What's up, y'all? Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on tonight. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It is so sad that I have to take time out of my busy schedule to come out here in these streets and address a powder head that somebody done decided to give a platform to. And in this season, it's just so sad that the delusional and the crazy and the slow has broken out of the backyard storage units and has run up inside of the house into the living room and cooking and using the bathroom and going up and down the stairs. They create YouTube channels and and people are really scared out here in these streets. So we gonna talk about it on tonight. Let me give y'all a couple of minutes to come on in here, and we gonna talk about everything on tonight. Now, for many of you who don't know me, my name is Gerald Jackson, okay, aka the baddest blogger. Okay, it's no offense. It's just something I like to call myself, and I've been, going by that name for a very long time. I am an investigative journalist. I'm not Pyda head, Armon, Wiggins. I'm not Armon Wiggins, okay? I'm an investigative journalist. I investigate people for a living. I expose people. I help families in missing children cases, rape cases, any story that you feel like the public should know about. That's what I do, okay? And if YouTube was to shut down today, Powder Head, don't know what he would do, okay? Because I ain't gonna say it, but some of these hoes out here only have YouTube as their only source of income and then want to call themselves entrepreneurs. Are you crazy? It's the delusion of it all. But this powder head has decided to subliminally respond to the incident that I talked about on July 2nd. And we're going to go back to the video and I'm going to play a little bit of it. And then we're going to hear and listen to what he said about the situation, okay? And then I'm gonna show you how he's a liar. And then we're gonna talk about how Miss Sylvia left me outside in the rain. Listen, let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever had somebody that you was cool with? You looked out for them, you helped them when they didn't have nothing, when they had bad knees and couldn't even get on a bus. You wanted to help them out so them knees didn't have to climb no more hills as if they was at Planet Fitness on that, that hill climbing machine, right? And they sit up with you and they talk about somebody like a dog. I'm talking about like a dirty dog. You be like, oh my gosh, I thought you was a Christian, and then when you have to get on to them about leaving you outside in the motherfucking rain, you go and try to apologize to the ops and link up with the ops. Now, see, here's the problem, okay, that Armon Wiggins is going to have. He got up on his live last night calling himself some food stamp recipient, called in or was up on the panel where I guess he let his people call in and commentate or whatever. But she got up there being messy, which is fine. Be messy because I know how to respond back to you. And she was basically bringing up my video, okay? And he was basically contradicting himself. And we're going to get to what he said and I'm going to point it out. But he got to the point where he said that Miss Sylvia sent him a text message. And shout out to everybody that's out here in these streets that's coming in tonight. Miss Sylvia sent him a text message basically trying to confirm what he was saying about me on his show last night. Now, Armon Wiggins didn't want to give me no credit, okay? And if you don't know who we're talking about, I'm talking about this powder head right here that done broke out of the back room and done found himself outside, out here on these YouTube streets, want to be a content creator, but getting mad over something that I said 2 years ago. 2 years ago. But then you on your live last night talking about even Wide Eye Wiley reached out to me. Even Sherelle's World. All these people that you got beef with have reached out to you when nobody was hating on you ever at the Diddy trial. You came to the Diddy trial looking like Shanae from Martin, and still didn't nobody bite. Nobody wanted you at all. So if you can have a tumultuous relationship with Wiley, well, why you so mad with me? Why does my little intimidate you much, pie the head? And let me ask y'all a question in the chat on tonight, and I'm going to get on. Shout out to everybody that's coming through. Shout out to all the haters, okay? Okay? Because when you look at Armon Wiggins and you look at me and you ask, well, who's more knowledgeable in the stock market and who knows big, I would look like that person. Because I mean, your only income is YouTube. If YouTube was to shut down today, you have nowhere to go. You have no money. You have no streams, no source of income. And you sit up in this motherfucking long ass hallway that look like you walking down a storage unit hallway with all these fucking lights. Show the people that long ass hallway that you living in that you want people to believe is a house or an apartment. Sir, you was living in a fucking hallway. Do y'all see that hallway? So let me ask y'all a question in the chat tonight before we move right along. Let me ask y'all a question in the chat on tonight. Have you ever known a powder head to tell the truth? Has anybody ever known a powder head to tell the truth? I have never in my life known a powder head to tell the truth. And so this powder head that we talking about tonight ain't no different than the other powder heads that's out there in them streets. So let me go ahead and get on right into it. Okay, boom. So let me just kind of give y'all the rundown for the rundown, okay? Now, hold on. Wait, hold on, let me see. Okay, so let me just show y'all this before we get down to that. Okay, I want y'all to look at this. Now listen, I want y'all to pay attention to this, okay? Pay attention. Look at the date on this video. Just look at the date of the video. Y'all got to pay attention to this because if you don't, I'm an Annalise Keating student. So if you're not an Annalise Keating student, then you're not going to understand. But look at the dates. July 2nd, 2025. This is going to be very, very important to what I'm going to say. Okay? Now, because powder heads don't have good memory. You know what I'm saying? They don't have good memory, right? So in this video right here, I'm back at the hotel, okay? And I speak out about what I experienced at the trial, okay? Now, if I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me look at the date real quick. Hold on, let me put myself up here, y'all. Let me look at the date real quick. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, hold on. If I'm not mistaken, that was July 2nd. Okay. So this video was July 2nd. In this video, I told the people a story about my experience with Powderhead. Hold on. With Powderhead Armon Wiggins, okay? Now I'm going to play the video, and then we're going to go to Armon's video, and I want you to remember everything that I'm telling you in this video. So when you go to his video, you don't get no fucking amnesia and be acting like you don't know what the fuck going on, okay? And what's going to tie in, all this stuff going to tie into Miss Sylvia being messy too. I'm never, ever fucking with Miss Sylvia again. And it's so sad because so many people was telling me about her. Gerald, don't help her. Don't do this. Don't do that. She's a criminal, you know. and she put air tags in people's cars, and she allegedly sexually assaulted her daughter Ruth, and all of this stuff that people are telling me about you, and I still did not disband you, do anything. Now the sex assault stuff came, just a couple of, I just heard that. But at the end of the day, I was good to you and I was nice to you. And you tried to go back after you done dog Armon Wiggins out to try to make a point about me, and it backfired on you. And now when you fuck over me one time, that's it. It's war forever. Like it's like you had no reason to be messy. When you came to me and told me that the dude named James down there, the gay guy James down there, you came to me and you told me, sure, James came to me today and said that ooh, Miss Sylvia, I heard that you be messy. Ooh, I heard Miss Sylvia, you be messy. And I'm telling you, Miss Sylvia, don't worry about them people. Do your own thing. Do your own thing. And you left me out in the rain. And I'm going to get to that because all of this stuff is going to tie into all of this text messages and all this stuff. So I'm going to play the video so y'all can hear the story, right? And then we're going to play Armon's video so you can hear what him and the food stamp recipient was up there talking about last night. And then I'm going to interject and I'm going to refer back to the video. So y'all make sure y'all got y'all notes, okay? Because we dealing with powder heads, and I have never known a powder head to tell the truth. And that's why there are credible, integral, independent, reputable media outlets out here like me, because I have no reason to lie on you. I have no reason to lie on you. And some of the stuff that he's saying, it didn't even happen that way. I told the people how it happened. And so we're going to go from there. And then the people going to know you a liar because you read a text message that Miss Sylvia sent you that I asked her about last night that she sent me. And I'm going to put it up here. And matter of fact, and mind you, when you see that text message, you're also, if you're nosy like me, you're going to look up and you're going to see that he shared his location and she shared her location. And on July 2nd, I'm telling y'all all of this stuff that happened when I got there on Sunday, June 22nd. Okay. So just pay attention. Okay. So let's go. Oh, hold on. Let me do this for you. Hold on. I was like, Miss Sylvia. So listen. So last Sunday, I was living in Newark, New Jersey. So I didn't stay in New York. I stayed in Newark, New Jersey. Okay. So I'm in New Jersey, right? So I like to go places. If I'm covering stories or something or criminal trials, I like to go like a day ahead so I know where I'm going. So when I got to Newark, I called Miss Sylvia and I was like, Miss Sylvia, I'm in town or whatever, and you don't have to get on that bus or that train and stuff like that because that stuff is dangerous. Exactly. So yeah. I said you can ride with me, to the courthouse. I said I'm getting ready to go down Carolyn. To Manhattan to see where the courthouse is, so we can find a parking deck and all of that stuff, right? So I said, have you talked to Neek? Because Neek was in town. I love Neek at Night. I've been a follower of hers for a long time. Now, let me stop this and say this before anybody try to say, oh, Neek, Gerald thought. Listen, let me say this. One thing I like about Neek at Night, and let me say this, I've been following her for a long time. I have no issue with her, never had an issue with her. I like her stuff. But obviously, people are jealous of me so bad that they don't want anybody talking to me. And they even admitted to that. Even in this video, how many days ago this video was that I'm playing till yesterday? A long fucking time. What it say? How many days it say? What? 14 days? 13 days? But so when I got into town, I asked Miss Sylvia once we got close to New York, why we was in New York, because I knew Neek was there. And I was like, Miss Sylvia, have you talked to Neek? And she was like, oh, let me call her. So she called her. Mind you, Neek don't know I'm in the car. Just like if anybody else is in the car with you and you pick up the phone with somebody and you talking to them. But she was on speakerphone, and she said that she was in her hotel room doing content. Okay. And Miss Sylvia was like, okay. And she was like, hit up Armon. Okay. I didn't want to go see you. Miss Sylvia wanted to go hang out with you. So me being a nice person, I took Miss Sylvia and we went to go meet with him. Okay. So that's the part that, you know, this part is talking about right here. Okay. So she called Armon, and he was like, he was at Central Park, and she was telling him that we was getting ready to go down to the courthouse, but she never told him who is we. Like, she never said who I was at first. Okay. It was only when he was trying to call back and he was trying to figure out where we was at or where she was at. And she kept telling him, we coming. And she was like, who you with? And she was like, Gerald. And he was like, who is Gerald? And he was like, anyways, y'all come on. We came. Okay. And then, you know, so I just want to tell y'all that part about Nee. Okay. So it wasn't nothing like shady or nothing. It's just her on the phone with her while it's on speakerphone. And I could just hear the conversation. Like,
I love her or whatever.
So,
and I'm not the type of person to tell people to stop talking to people because I have an issue with them. And there really wasn't an issue. I forgot all about this situation. So we talking to Nika, whatever, and she was inside her room doing articles, like videos and stuff like that. So she told Miss Sylvia, now mind you, Nick didn't know I was in the car. She told Miss Sylvia, she was like, well, hit up Armon and see, you know, what he's doing or whatever. So she hit up Armon, and he said that he was at Central Park. So she was like, all right, I'm gonna come by there, we gonna come by there or whatever. And he was like, who is we? But she never said who I was or whatever. So so, you know, we go down to Manhattan or whatever. He sends her his location, like he turns his location on so Miss Sylvia could find him when we get done.
Now remember what I'm telling you, because when I put up the text message, of what Miss Sylvia sent him and what he said, you're going to also see the location stuff that I'm talking about. Okay. So pay attention.
So we, you know, going to Manhattan, finding the courthouse. I saw the courthouse. I saw where I was going to park at. Whoop. So then we go and find Armon, right? Mind you, he don't know that I'm with Miss Sylvia. But Miss Sylvia, it's not like it was a setup, because Miss Sylvia didn't even know we had issues. And Miss Sylvia wasn't the type of person to try to say, oh, who I'm with. You get what I'm saying? She was just keeping it like, yo, we gonna come. So, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna read that bitch down to the ground, because that bitch is scared of me.
Facts, nigga.
So listen, so we turn around, we mess around, and we go to Central Park or whatever. So finally when we get there, he's like, where y'all at? Because they was trying to go to the chop house. It was him, this homeless person that he was laying on a blanket with in Central Park, and this Trinidadian girl who thought that she was gonna butt the fuck in, and she got, mind your business, little lady. This ain't got nothing to do with you. So anyways, we get there, and Miss Sylvia's like, me and Gerald coming, and he was like, who is Gerald? So we park the car, get out the car, and we walk into Central Park. Now, mind you, he got these coochie cutter shorts on, they pink coochie cutter shorts on. He got these pink coochie cutter shorts on, whatever, right?
Now, I'm giving you detail. So when you listen to what he said, you gon' hear the only thing that he tried to downplayed was that I didn't ask him. And first of all, he lied and said, I said it was a fight. I never said it was a fight. I asked you what you wanted to do. So you be twirling and spiraling so much on that powder that you can't even remember what the fuck happened. And this is why somebody with like me with integrity have to come out here and get the story right, because it's powder heads like you who done found a way on YouTube to be all out here acting crazy just so you can make money to go get more stuff and not wiping your nose and checking your nose. How do you walk through the mirror? How do you dress up looking like a hoochie mama and don't check your nose? Okay,
so we walking up or whatever, and we get up. He looks at Miss Sylvia, and he says, "Oh, I don't fuck with her." I said, "Bitch, I don't fuck with you either, pussy
straight
ass
like
nigga.
that.
Now, what the fuck you want to do about it, bitch? What the fuck you want to do about it, bitch?" No, I'm just saying. I don't give a fuck what you saying, pussy ass fuck nigga. What you want to do about it, bitch? You don't want to do shit about it, right? Shut the fuck up. See, I should have hit that nigga in his jaw when he looked at Miss Sylvia and pointed at me. I started hitting that nigga just like that, but I didn't. I said, Gerald, you in New York, okay? You cannot go to jail up here.
Twirling and spiraling.
So, this little Trinidadian ugly ass whore, she's sitting up here like, oh, what's going on, girl? Shut up. Okay, mind your motherfucking business, bitch. Take your ugly ass back to Trinidad, okay? So, anyways, I said, pussy nigga, what the fuck you want to do?
Thank you.
Oh, ain't no problem. It ain't no smoke. I'm just saying, you was online talking shit about me. I was like, now, mind you, I'm not going to lie. I forgot all about the thing, right?
Now, mind you, last night, you going to hear now, take notes. He tried to make it seem like that I was up there copping pleas like, man, I went online talking about you. I clearly stated in this video that I forgot. But because it was from 2023, we talking about you. And I'm going to play a video, too, that was on the website at the time. And I don't know what happened where it wasn't showing up. But I'm going to play a video so y'all can see Armon wiping his nose. And this is why he is mad. So, but we're going to get to that.
He was like, no, you was talking shit about me when I posted something about the Shaq case or whatever. And I was like, no, that wasn't you. That was motherfucking Storm Monroe. Storm Monroe was taking my shit and didn't want to give me credit, but he did give me credit or whatever. He was like, no, you was talking shit about me and I don't fuck with people that talk shit. I said, bitch, I don't fuck with you pussy ass powder head, bitch ass nigga. First of all, nigga, all I know is that Tasha K don't like your head. And I'm like, maybe it's the drugs. So anyways, he was like, nah, you know, it's good. I'm like, okay, we good then. So he was like, take a shot of tequila. So I took a shot of the tequila or whatever. I thought we was good, okay? He gets in my rental car, and we go to this place. It was gonna be the Chop House, but we didn't go to Chop House. I guess they didn't have no money to go to the Chop House or whatever. So they went to some other bar and sat down in there sweaty, musty, with some homeless nigga, okay? And I'm like, damn, Armon is out here laying down with a homeless nigga? And it's like, oh my God, and he's so ugly. I have never seen somebody so ugly in my life. So then we get at the courthouse or whatever, which he being funny, okay? He going around speaking to everybody, what's up, and you know, skipping over me. Not that I give a damn, but it's the fact that I was just about to run down. I was running down on your bitch ass, you know, about to bust you on your motherfucking shit shooty ones, but you wouldn't square up with me. You kept on talking to Miss Sylvia like he was scared. So, but anyways, before we left, he pulls up the video. I was like, oh shit, I did. I forgot you had powder in your motherfucking nose, bitch. So I said, what the fuck you want to do about it, nigga? Do you want to do something about it, nigga, or do you not? What do you want to do about it, bitch? He ain't want no smoke. Ask Miss Sylvia. He ain't want no smoke with me.
Now, I don't know at this point if Miss Sylvia is going to tell the truth or if she going to get paid off. I don't know what she going to do. Okay? I don't know, but whatever she decide to do, it's on her. I don't give a damn because I don't have a reason to lie on nobody. Okay? So, yeah, but there would be a motive. Y'all gonna be like, Gerald, I know you lying. Wait till I tell y'all the story about how this shit with Miss Sylvia. Wait till I tell y'all gonna be like, Gerald, this shit all gonna tie in. Watch.
So I said, okay. So we did everything. I took a shot of tequila. We thought you know what I mean? I thought it was dead. So then we get around the courthouse. He get around these people. And he start acting weird. So then people started telling me, they was like, Gerald, what's going on with your Armon? I was like, who, the powder head? And they was like, what you mean powder head? He said that you was online talking shit about him. So I was like,
now, mind you, make sure you remember this, because in his video, he's going to freaking confirm everything I'm telling you at this point. See, this is why you cannot believe a powder head. Everything that I'm telling you at this point right here, he going to tell you himself. You going to see it. Wait.
What? I said, well, yesterday when we was in the park, I checked that nigga and that nigga didn't do shit. So then I showed them the picture of him with the powder in his motherfucking nose. I'm gonna show y'all the picture in a minute. So I showed them the picture with the powder, and all they could do was, cause he wasn't telling people that I was talking about him because he had powder in his nose, that he was snorting lines. Yeah, I'm good, I'm just on live. No, I already paid. Yeah. You know, he didn't want to tell nobody that, you know, that he had powder in his nose and that he was snorting powder and that he had lines in his motherfucking nose. I'm going to roast his ass tomorrow when I get home. I can't really roast right now because I'm in this restaurant. So I didn't say nothing. I paid it. I paid it because I was like, I don't want to go to jail because at any moment I could have punched him in his motherfucking shit and I should have hit his motherfucking ass in the park. You get what I'm saying? And so, I saw Ratchet TV too. Y'all know Ratchet TV, the hood Ratchet TV. He ain't want no smoke,
Okay,
like
right.
black raisins. Like that shit just burnt. Like he had some, like he tried to do skincare and that shit just burnt his. Like these people are ugly as fuck. And the problem, why I should have not fired from his motherfucking ass because this girl was at the courthouse before I came here, falling around here, and he was like, "I'm gonna knock your ass out." But when I was in Central Park getting ready to whoop your motherfucking ass, bitch, you didn't want no motherfucking smoke. Understand what I'm saying? And see, I had my Stacey Adams dress shoes on today, and let me tell y'all why I did not go live at 5. I went on home. Shout out to Queen Sheba.
Okay, so anyways, Queen Sheba she just kept me from going to jail. Okay, let me just say that. So okay, so check this out. Okay, boom. Now I'm not a person when I'm friends with somebody or I like somebody. I'm not a person to go online. Like I don't make my friendship content. Like my private life, my personal life. All people can say about me is my mug shots. I done been to jail. That's all you can say about me. Who gives a fuck? Who cares, bitch? I don't give a fuck about that. But at the end of the day, you ain't got no tea on me, but I got tea on you. And so the difference is that you going around telling people at the courthouse all week long, don't talk to him. He was online talking shit to me, but you was not telling people that you had powder in your nose and that the article was from 2023, the video was from 2023, and all of that stuff. So he gets on his live show last night, and let me also say this. I need to apologize to this man right over here on the right hand side, and shout out to Denat. But I need to apologize to this guy over here. Okay, I think this is Duchess Kelly Duchess, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Duchess. I talked so bad about your studio apartment. I talked so bad. I talked about how Armon Wiggins, because you played really cool to go up there on that live in the same spot that Armon was broadcasting from, and he got the nerve to try to tell people he's worth more than anybody. Sir, you is worth a bag of powder. Okay. And I want to apologize because I did not know that you was giving this homeless person a place to stay while he was up there in New York covering this criminal trial. I did not know. And I talked about your refrigerator. I talked about how the stove, how the oven, and how all of that stuff that was in your living room was exactly in the same room that Armon was doing these Diddy Trial videos from. And if you look at this photo right here, you can see the same door, the same latch, the same background where Armon Wiggins was at the Diddy Trial broadcasting live out of Mr. Kelly Duchess Kelly, whatever his name is, place in New York City, and did not pay, and had the nerve to talk about somebody who paid $300 a night in a motherfucking hotel in Newark, New Jersey, down fucking town at the raggedy ass Robert Treat. Okay, but it was all right. But at the end of the day, sir, you ain't spend no money going to New York. And if it wasn't from the Diddy trial, you wouldn't be getting as many Google AdSense checks that you are getting now because you are a Pyda. We got some powder tonight. I got that powder tonight. We got that nose play for you, Armon. Don't forget to dig it on out. And so you didn't dig it on out. And so we got to talk about it on tonight. So he went live last night. Okay. And let me just ask y'all a question again. Have you ever known a powder head to tell the truth? I've never in my entire 29 years of living ever heard of a powder head getting online and telling the truth. Never, ever, 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 ever. Never in my life. And this powder head is no difference. Now, I don't know if I want to show y'all this video to this picture right now, or if I want to show it to y'all after this. Now, I'm not going to put this police ass person because he want to be Tisa Tales now. He want to come to the courthouse with bodyguards. He want to put people in jail. Like Denot said. Denot made a good point last night. And I'm trying to see, should I play? I'm going to play Denot video that Denot made. Shout out to the Denot show because Denot made a lot of sense and what he said. And then I'm going to play this video because you got a powder head that's online acting like he a tough guy, acting like, and then try to spin a narrative like I said I fought him or that, I attacked him or anything like that, or that I was going to punk him. You think so a bitch going to call me all kind of females and she's and he's, but these hands are like niggas, okay? They whatever you want to call me, but just know these hands is faster than you can think or speak, okay? So at the end of the day, we dealing with a powder head. Had a little booger sugar in his nose. Then check his nose. But I want to play this because you sit up here and it's gonna be funny. You sit up here act like the tough guy, but then want to go to the police on me. That's all they do is run to the police. All they want to do. So now he want to spiral out, be like Tisa Tales now. He claimed he the shit, but he want to go get security and all that stuff now. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video that he did last night on his live, and then we're gonna talk about it. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna play the night video first.
Gerald told the story and Armon told the story. It sounded similar. It didn't sound strikingly similar. The only difference is Armon told it in a way as if Gerald was a bitch and was not a threat to him, and that if Gerald would have stepped to him, he would have did something. Oh, but yeah, if anybody come after me, you're going to jail and I'm filing a lawsuit. Again, you cannot be the tough guy and the police at the same time. Stop acting like you the tough guy. Stop acting like you was all of that. Stop acting like your 5'4" boyfriend did something. Just stop that. That's antagonizing. That's antagonizing. That shit cranks and irks people. Pick a struggle. Are you trying to be professional and you don't know how to fight? You don't like to fight. And if somebody check you, you gonna call the police and file a lawsuit? Okay. Or are you gonna be somebody say, are you gonna be like me, bitch? If I say something about you that you don't like, come check me in real life. I'm not gonna call no motherfucking police. I promise you that. That's what I say. Why is it me or why is it a Gerald Jackson checking somebody who on some other type of shit online and act like that there's something different? People on the internet really, really have to understand that you cannot play this tough guy and a police at the same time. You can't do it. It just, you gotta pick one. And that's antagonizing. So I'm pretty sure when Gerald Jackson listen to it and respond, he's gonna better articulate that, because the brother articulated what I was going through quite well, the same way, because Miss Sylvia told me everything. And now to find out Miss Sylvia was in the middle of an issue with him and Armon sending text messages to op up and picking a side and, oh yeah, you right and all this other stuff. It's too wishy-washy. Stay your nosy ass out of it. Stop. How dare you talk shit about me? Because I didn't pay for your food. I left early. Armon should have paid for your food. Your friend, the one that you sat up on and heard gossip about me, like I don't know that you was also gossiping about me right back. That's who should have paid for your food. That's why I didn't pay for your food. Why you ain't ask Dennis Byron? Miss Sylvia, you should be on Dennis level. Y'all the senior citizens out there, the freelance senior citizens with cameras and shit that's older than the Atari out there, bitch, trying to film, bitch. Old ancient Hollywood cameras they got out there filming. Now you messy. You know why you came out there, Miss Sylvia? Talking about me, Miss Sylvia looked like the brokest one out there, bitch. Okay? Came to the courthouse, you got a pick standing in your head. A motherfucking pick is just in your head, hanging out, and you walking in and out of the courthouse with a pick in your head. Like them hoes back in the days that used to pick peas and collard greens and shit. With a pick in your head. Shit was finna fall out how much little short hair you got. You got the nerve to got all the tea, all the gossip and all the tea around the court.
I appreciate that Denot, man. Denot was over there roasting. So, Okay, so listen. Y'all heard what I told y'all when we got on. Y'all heard the video. All right. So now I'm about to go to now I'm about to go to Armon. And now all of this stuff, you got to pay attention to the date. Remember, I made that video about Armon on July the 2nd. I came into New Jersey, New York on June 22nd. Okay. Now, mind you, pay attention to the date. July 2nd, okay, which was on that Wednesday. Okay. Now let's go to Armon video. Okay. Hold on. But I say I'm not gonna play it all because, well, I'm not gonna show it because you know he the police.
At the opportunities, seething at the news mentions and the radio shows, hating their lives, you know, and waiting just for something to happen so that they can get in. It didn't bother me because some of those people, I'm just like, oh, they're still hurting. You know, like when people only come for the negative, you know, each and every person that redo it, but then instead of
See, I'm sorry.
okay.
So what is this thing with them saying you out to dinner and you going to a park and some altercation? It's like that story is really gaining, you know, a lot of wings. And I'm like, that didn't happen. I didn't see it. And I was in everybody's chat. And I just feel like that goes with the hateration and also the pile on, you know, the jealousy, looking for a reason, really looking for a story, and just throwing people names in. It's I don't understand that.
And see, I'm just not going to give this person any more energy
Pay
than I'm
attention.
already given. But let me just, I'm sorry, I'm dropping y'all down. I just got to drop her because I want everyone to be clear on this. Just, you know, I'm gonna look in the camera. If you think in your entire life a bitch walked up on me, punked me, told me he was gonna beat my motherfucking ass, and then
Pause. Not one time did I say in that video that I was gonna beat his ass at that park. Okay, but let me just go ahead.
and I gave him a drink and jumped in his car and went out to eat with him. Bitch, you're crazy.
Just feel like that go and didn't have no money. I'm like, Armon. No, a lot of wings. And I'm like, just throwing people names.
Be clear on this. Just, you know,
listen to this now.
I'm gonna look in the camera. If you think in your entire life a bitch walked up on me, punked me, told me he was gonna beat my motherfucking ass, and then I gave him a drink and jumped in his car and went out to eat with him, bitch, you're crazy.
And didn't have no money. I'm like, Armon.
Listen
I'm
now.
sorry.
Listen,
like,
crazy.
What? Baby, you say
that's all I'm gonna say to that. That's I'm like certain things I'm not gonna do a lot of talking about.
Powder head.
But let's be very clear. Ain't no hoe.
Now I'm a hoe.
No hoe did that to me. Be very clear on that.
We crystal. Do you hear me? Crystal.
like what? Like what? Like I'm not even going to entertain that with a full story, because the reality of the situation was,
hey, what's up, Aunt Natty?
In hindsight,
you listen to Powderhead.
What happened was, and I just don't even want to give this wings, but I'm going to just say this. There was a YouTuber that wanted to hang out because we were at Central Park. I said, hey, come through. They said, I'm coming through.
So he referring to Miss Sylvia as a YouTuber, okay? So just so y'all can understand.
I said, well, who are you with?
That's not how the conversation went. It was not who you were with. That's definitely not how the conversation went.
Because I like to protect my energy. And I said, such and such. They said, such and such. I said, well, who is that? They said, oh, don't worry about it. They're good people. But all my people, but I'm Armon Wiggins. Like, it's not to be shady, but I don't really like to maneuver with everybody like that because I don't know what niggas be on.
Yeah, he don't like, let me tell you something. He don't like to maneuver with niggas like that because, you know, he don't want everybody to know he on that. He on that. You on that booger sugar. It's okay. You know, I understand. You want to be around people that do that powder. I understand.
You feel me? So I said, okay.
I understand.
I'm trusting you because you're an older lady and
he didn't say none of this.
You ain't gonna be messy, are you? Like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm trying to figure out where they all at. So I'm like, okay, we here. I'm like, okay, boom. So we walk up and I see said person and the lady. First thing out of my mouth is, why are you here?
Actually, that's not what he said. He looked at Miss Sylvia and he pointed at me and said, I don't fuck with him. And I said, fuck nigga, I don't fuck with you. And what the fuck you want to do about it? That's how it went. And then he, hold on, wait, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody like, what?
And then he lied about everybody talking about what? First of all, we still at the entrance of the gate. We haven't even got to the homeless person in the Trinidadian trick that's laying over there on the bed sheet yet. We ain't got to that yet with them coochie cutters on. Okay, we ain't got to that with them coochie cutters on. And I can't even believe that I'm sitting up here addressing a dirty butt, stanky draw, big teeth, powder head ass nigga named Armon Wiggins. That's a powder head, and then forget to wipe his nose. And when I play this video, nigga, you're gonna even look even more stupid because when you tried to wipe your nose, you didn't knock none of the powder out. Okay.
You don't like me. Why are you here?
Listen now.
What do you mean?
I don't like him. Why are you here? Do you hear him? Listen to this now, because he gonna contradict himself. Listen.
Like you. I never said anything. I said, no, girl.
Mm.
I know you.
They leaving parts out.
You don't like me. And I said to the older lady, I said,
not the older
why?
lady.
This is why, mind you, I didn't pull her to the side. I didn't walk away. I didn't text this. We're all in the moment. I said, this is why I told you to tell me who was coming, because I would have told you to leave her at home.
That's not what the fuck he said. Shut the fuck up lying. Because I already told you in my last video, when I see you, it's up. So it don't even matter about all of
or not to come. Because what is this? Now, what ended up happening was she was like, well, then the other person said, well, she don't have to do that. I said, it's fine, but I'm not going to sit here and be fake with you when I know that you said something. Well, I didn't say anything about you. I never said nothing. I said, no, girl, you did. She said, well, pull it up. I said, well, we got to go back to my phone. So, because I didn't have my phone. So I went to my phone, immediately pulled it up. There you are talking about me. Oh, you know, your child, you know.
No. What I said is, yes, I said you had powder in your head. What the fuck you want to do about it? But you know, a powder head can't come out here to the thousands and thousands of followers that he have and say, yes, this dude did ask me what I want to do about it. You get what I'm saying? He would never come out here and say this. A powder head would never come out and say this. That's why God give you little loopholes to prove that they are liar, pants on fire like Tisa Tails. Okay? So hold on.
Peeling and pee popping.
And so I was like, it's fine. It's cool. I just didn't like, it wasn't what it was. You want a shabu? Like, it's no tea. I'm over it. Like, I don't, but.
Now, I don't like you. I talk shit about you. And all of a sudden now you want to offer me a shot. Come on now, Armon. Make it make sense now. Make it make sense.
You know, I'm just at a point where, like, girl, I see you, you know what I mean? It was what it was, but I'm not crazy.
Right.
My friend, so I was like, well, we can still go out to eat because we're actually going to leave this spot anyway, so we can go eat whatever y'all want to do. So we're going to go to Brooklyn Chop House. And my friend
that they could not afford to eat at.
I was like, we're going to walk, but it was hella hot. And they were like, you sure you don't want to ride? And I was like, girl, no, because I don't ever want this person to be like, I needed a ride for them. And my friend was like, no, we're going to ride. We're going to ride. I was like, bro, I do not want to ride. And they was like, just ride. So I was like, whatever, fuck it. We just going to be crush it. We're going to ride. So they went and parked. I got out the car. After we rode, we went and parked. Me and my two friends, we walked to Brooklyn Chop. I had on these shorts and I had on a crop top.
And you have not thrown them bitches in the washing machine yet. You still out here with these coochie cutters on.
They had a private party there. So we couldn't get into Brooklyn Trop because I didn't have on the dress code. I was dressed for the park at 100 degrees.
Now, do y'all hear this, right? He couldn't get in there because of the dress code, right? All right. Make sure you listen.
So it wasn't about having no money because they weren't even
there.
you
were broke.
I've been eating that Brooklyn Trop out since I've been here. I had on Diddy Dukes and a crop top. I couldn't get in there. Yeah, I was out like, so we.
Do you know how many celebrities go to restaurants with dressing all kinds of fucking ways and walk right up in there? See, this is because you're not a celebrity, Armon. No matter how big you want to think you are a powder head. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody was fanning you out at the Diddy trial. Everybody was looking at you stank, okay? Nobody was on you, Armon. Come on. Let's keep it a band, sir.
And literally, we had been there we were been at Central Park all day. I didn't even have no shirt on when I walked up to them. So we had been at Central Park all day. And so usually after Central Park, me and my homegirl, we go and get like a froze, and then we call it a day and we go lay down. But this particular day, you know, they had it. It was like bought out, and it was certain dress code. So I didn't fit the dress code. So we went across. But I was like, I don't really want to.
You ain't had no money, nigga.
Parlay, like I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up going to go get pizza, and that was the end of that. Okay. So then the next day, because my thing was this, I would have never even me and that person would have never had beef. I don't have beef with that person. I want to let you know, there's no beef. I don't know you. I don't know him.
Right.
I've never and it would have just been what it was. Had he never even came to the thing, I just would have handled it like I did when I seen him. I just never talked to you. I just never I know who you are because I've seen you make videos on me, but I would just have ignored you and anybody that was associated with you. Once they, I probably would. If they didn't know, then it would have been fine. But if they would have just been too mixy, I would have not been talking to them either. It just is what it is because I just don't mix like that. So it wasn't all of this. You fought me, or you wanted all that came after. All that came after everybody got on the plane and started.
But you had an issue with me. I thought we deaded it at this part when I asked you what you wanted to do about it, and you didn't want to do nothing about it. I never said I was going to fight you at the park. I gave you the opportunity. I wasn't going to hit you anyway, although I said I was, because you was intoxicated. So I wasn't going to do you in like that. But I asked you what you wanted to do about it, and you didn't want to do anything about it. You went to explaining yourself and copping pleas. Then we get to court on Monday after you sit on here on your live and tell the people, I don't fuck with you. Oh, you made videos about me. Now, all of a sudden, we're at the courthouse and you're telling the people exactly what I said in the video, that you was going around the courthouse telling people that don't talk to me and that I was talking to you or don't talk to him or not talking to people because they was talking to me. You're proving my point. Powder head
doing all that extra shit. I'm like, okay, we was just together, but my thing is this: I'm not fighting none of you bums.
Exactly.
I'm the clout. I'm the moment. You niggas have to come home and talk about me. I'm not fighting none of you broke ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? You niggas will go to jail.
Broke. Wait, hold on. Wait, listen.
And be sued. What I look like? Y'all threatening me. Y'all talk about me. You've never seen me load up a video with none of these niggas. I'm never doing it. You niggas are going to jail. You're going to get your ass beat by security. I'm not playing with you niggas no more.
Now we going to jail. Now we going to get beat up by security. But you set up here online and try to make you talk like you hard. But now you want to pull a piece of tails. Now you want to be locked in a gate with men surrounding the gate so can't nobody get to you. And you sit up here talking all that shit. That's how we know you was copping pleas. Because you was copping pleas. Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. Powder head. Hold on, let me continue. Listen to the powder head now. Hold on, we ain't done.
More.
And that's what I was going to bring up too.
Too much for you.
I was going to bring up it's time for security.
Yeah, I'm worth too much. That's the thing. That's the thing with these court cases. Just because I'm at this courthouse, these niggas think that we're on the same level. We're not. Just because we're in the same room does not mean we're on the same level.
Armon, you are at the bottom. You was on the 24th floor just like everybody else was. So what are you talking about? You was in the overflow, smelling up the overflow, like outside of New York, like everybody else. that was in the courtroom. We weren't smelling it up like you was, but you the only one that came in the courthouse looking like a whore. You came looking like a hoochie mama, looking like Shanae from Martin. You is on the same level that we are. You on the same level floor. You in the same room. If you this boss and all of this clout, well, why you didn't march in the courtroom like a soldier like Tisa Tells did? Why you didn't just hop out the patrol car and walk right up in the courtroom? Why you didn't get no permanent, why your name wasn't permanently listed on the seating list for the public side like Tisa Tell was? I mean, you talking about you the clout. Yes, you boo-boo the fool. You was out there laughing at the fact that women who the media has portrayed as victims of Sean Diddy Combs getting baby oil pour on you. You got people in New York talking about Uda the Go was outside the courthouse pouring baby oil on a gay man. The cloud, Angela Yee and TMZ is only trying to get money off you. They only exploiting you because that's what everybody has ever done was exploit you because you are a easy target. You slow as fuck. You powder head. We ain't never trusted a powder head. Come on now, Armon. If you had all this pool, you know how many celebrities can walk up in a restaurant dressed like you dressed? Saucy Santana, look at Saucy no sauce. Saucy Santana dressed with all them coochie cutters on, all them jeans cut up all in his ass. And he go right in these restaurants and sit down, eat, go anywhere he want to go. You are not a celebrity, Armon. You are a YouTuber with one source of income, okay? And you live in a fucking hallway that you was decorated. You live in a fucking hallway, and all you got to do is look at it. You are broke and you a bum. You went to a restaurant that you could not afford to eat at. Ain't had nothing to do with no dress code because if you was that bitch, you would have been able to tiptoe your ass up in there, but they did not know you. Okay, and you had to go like every other patron, had to go home and change clothes, but you didn't. What type of nigga be at the park all day and take his stanky, smelly ass to a restaurant, a fine dining 5-star restaurant that you can't even afford? The only thing you can afford is a drink because the drinks ain't nothing but like $20, I'm just saying though, if you this bitch though, if you this high class bitch, you is a powder head that somebody that gave a camera and a mic to, and somebody that helped you better than they do Shamash, shitty booty, crooked body, shark bite, in the words of the thug business. They just take care of you, but they teach you how to get a place. They don't teach Shamar how to do that. You understand what I said? They just run through his money. But you want no crazy people that they found off the street and then online, that found our little hallway to decorate, to be up inside of, okay, to live inside of. And you was in New York living in another man's house. And I had to apologize to Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly came up here on his show and had to tell the people that Armon is broke, busted, and disgusted, messed up from that... messed up from the rolls in the back of his neck up. And this man is sitting in the same spot that you was sitting in when you was in New York City. I talked about how this man kitchen was in the same room. I talked about how you supposed to be this big old YouTuber, but you couldn't get nowhere with space. You can find nowhere with space. You can walk out of a bedroom into another room that got a kitchen because you living free in New York City. Like you balling, talking about, I just got back. I just got back. You just got back from living at Mr. Kelly house that didn't charge you no money. And he got up there with them shades on and told the people. He got up there with them shades on and told the motherfucking people that you was in his shit. Don't forget. But you got all this money though. But you living up there in a fucking studio apartment with the kitchen, the microwave, the stove, the sink, the washer, the dryer, the bed, the couch, the PS5, all in one fucking room, okay? He up in that bitch live like this, just live. Oh my God. Can't afford to eat at no restaurant, at the Chop House. Can't afford to eat there. Can't afford to get a ride back to the hotel to take a shower, to go out to a nice restaurant, and can't even find nowhere to stay that he has to pay for in New York City he got to go, you know, leech and suck up off these old queens out there in New York City and Soho. Let me see if there's anything else he said.
Boo. And I think that this
Yes.
courthouse
Yeah, it is.
gets people get shit fucked up because they think we all here. Just we all here, but we ain't all creators like that. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is when everybody go home, you see what happens and niggas start crashing out because shit, other people still got motion or they done planted seeds outside of that and they still stuck in a Diddy algorithm. Like, you know, respectfully.
Crash it out. Ain't nobody crash. So are you crashing out every time you tell a story, every time you get up here and go off? Look at them big ass teeth. Look at Armon. Let me show y'all Armon. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Don't this nigga head look like it's shaped like a fucking tooth? One of them tooth in his motherfucking mouth. Look at this nigga head. Just shaped like one of them teeth that's in your goddamn mouth. Just look at you. I mean, I cannot believe I'm arguing with a dirty butt stanky draw. Dirty butt stanky draws. Big teeth. Pyda head. This is who we beefing with out here in these streets. I just told my story. But if I was messy, I would have recorded it, right? If I was messy, I would have been there, came out and told the whole full story. And then I talked about you while I was in the trial, while I was at trial. So I did already say something about you because I was letting my followers know that I was going to be talking about your potty head ass. And when I saw you at the trial the next day, you walked on by. So it was a time, if you go back and watch my coverage of me talking shit about you in the car, and I came to trial the next day and you saw me and you didn't do shit. And at the park, you saw me, you didn't want to do shit. You wanted to take shots. Shot. I mean, come on, make up the mind. You fuck with me, you don't fuck. You get in the car. I mean, come on. I know you was out there with no money because just because a person has 600 or 200 some thousand followers, I got 400,000 on Facebook. I mean, come on. I mean, just because you got that don't mean you got money. It don't mean you have money. People that got money ain't out here calling people, hey, let me stay at your place for the Diddy trial. People that got money ain't sitting out here wearing the same clothes every fucking week. I had a different outfit on every fucking day. And if I ran out of outfits, I would have go bought some more outfits. I wouldn't have been showing up looking like yesterday. Now I might come up this bitch on my show, you know, 1-2 times out the week with the same shirt on, bitch, because I ain't been nowhere out the house, okay? But at the end of the motherfucking day, you won't catch me going nowhere wearing the same clothes like you were, Armon. You done had them pink coochie cutters on how many fucking days? 5 days out of the fucking week. Go bathe, nigga. So I'm gonna get to the video to show y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so
They can't grow.
And so my thing is, I think sometimes people be like, oh, I can get there, we can get there, we're all peers in this. No, we're not all peers.
We're not.
We're not the same. And I'm not battling you niggas.
Okay, hold on, y'all. I think I disconnected. Hold on, y'all. I done messed up this damn thing. Okay, hold on. Can y'all still hear me? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay, can y'all hear me? Hold on, I'm trying to fix the lighting, y'all. Give me one moment. Okay, so all right. Okay.
I'm not fighting you niggas, not because I feel like any of you niggas can whoop me. Let's be very clear on that. I'm not scared of none of you niggas.
I can whoop you, Armon. I can whoop your ass. You didn't want no smoke. See how you coming up here talking about can't no nigga whoop me, but you want to run around and get security like Tisa Tails. You want to be Tisa Tails so bad now, don't you? Okay.
But I'm more powerful than you niggas.
Yes.
And y'all want to be mentioned with me. You niggas want to be in headlines with me. That's hence the reason why you talk. Hence the reason why you knew you didn't like me and I didn't like you, but you wanted to go to a park.
Still showed up.
Why would you want to be around me? Why do you niggas want to be around me? You don't like me.
If I'm reporting a story about you with powder in your nose, what does that have to do with me not liking you? I'm just trying to understand. What does that have to do with me not liking you? I don't like you because I reported on a story that you brought up that happened 2 years ago in 2023. Now you got me scratching my motherfucking nose like I got powder, and I don't do no powder. But we got some powder tonight. I got that powder tonight. We got that nosebleed for you, Armon. Don't forget to dig it on out. Wait till the people see this video tonight.
I never want. See, here's the thing: these niggas be mad because I don't want to be around these niggas. Nigga, I don't like you, so I don't want to be around you. Shouldn't you want to? Shouldn't that be the same thing for you? And guess what? I don't like you, and I'm so cold with it, bitch. I don't even want to be friends with your friends or anybody that like you.
Oh,
point proven. Didn't I tell y'all what I tell y'all? What I tell you? Didn't I tell you my point proven? You was going around the courthouse, so now that you came out of your mouth and you said it, why didn't you say that at the courthouse? Because I'm not going to come and approach you if I didn't hear you say it yourself or I wasn't walking by and heard you say it. So you just literally proved my whole point. You feel all of this way, but you got in the rental car. You let me take a shot with you. You feel this way, powderhead. See, this is why you can't trust powderheads, because they bipolar. You understand what I'm saying? They crazy. They wishy-washy. You just literally proved my point of what I was saying. Now you don't want to be friends with people that's cool with me like I supposed to give a fuck. You bitches don't pay my motherfucking bills, bitch. I pay mine 6 months ahead, ho. How do you pay yours, bitch? Okay, exactly. We are not the same. So I come to do a job, bum. You came to be a prostitute. You came down there to find niggas who you can get some powder from. You came down there so you can dress like a whore to try to get one of them hood niggas to bust you upside your head and put you in one of them New York ditches. That's what you came to New York for. I don't know why people think they get on Angela. Who the fuck is Angela Yee? Get on Angela Yee and think they done made it. These motherfuckers is exploiting you. They don't care about you. You had your penis hanging out your drawers, out your shorts, or they can see the print. According to the Denied Show, where that's why you're not even on the Breakfast Club. Yeah, you have not made it. You're going to get there one day. I have been in news outlets and written articles. Go look it up for years. Still getting calls today for information about stories that I've written. You ain't getting no call. Ain't nobody calling you. It don't matter how many times I roast the mainstream media, Armon. They always going to call the baddest blogger. I just gets the tea like that. And you don't. And you didn't want to do nothing. So now that you have made it clear, when you see me, you already know what's up. And so you can call your security, hope them bitches get in the courthouse with you or whatever. At the end of the day, we will see each other again, because you're going to be coming somewhere where I'm covering the trial, or I'm going to be coming somewhere where you're covering the trial. And so we're going to have to deal with this stuff that's online, because I'm not going to go to another trial covering it and be dealing with people coming to me saying that you telling them not to talk to me because I was online talking shit about you, and you won't tell them that you had powder in your nose. I'm not going to deal with that no more. Okay?
you are.
Any bitch that like you, now I don't like them. You got it. I'll move on. So why you like, you get what I'm saying? So, but I just don't understand, niggas. You don't like me, but want my validation, or want something like want me to talk. Of what do you want? Why are you talking about me? If I don't like you, don't talk about me. That's one thing I could say. You know about the Jason Lee. He don't like me, but he don't post me. He don't talk about me. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't like me.
But it's a double-edged sword with him, because if he do that, oh baby, you going up. But they dropping in the chat saying Nikki post or something on Twitter.
Hold on. And so
here we go.
And let me tell you this. And so that woman.
Now I'm gonna put this up here because I want y'all to see this. Hold on. Let me take the knot down. Okay. Now I want y'all to see this right here. Hold on. Now I want y'all to see this, because I'm finna. Now this is going into the text message with Miss Sylvia, and let me see. Okay, let me just tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about what happened with me and Miss Sylvia. Okay, and then we're gonna go into the text message because y'all will understand it a little bit better, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. Now, this is Miss Sylvia right here. This is her mugshot when she was in jail after putting an air tag in. You know, somebody's car following them. I've been in contact with them or whatever, and hopefully I can get an interview with them soon after the case next month. But let me tell y'all, so y'all, I have been nothing but kind to Miss Sylvia. I've been respectful to Miss Sylvia. I've always given her advice. I've given her an organization that could help her when she was going through stuff with the YSL trial and how they were trying to get onto her about the jurors' names. I was giving her this organization that helped freelance journalists and independent journalists who are dealing with stuff like this, like with the line situation in New York. They help with stuff like that, file lawsuits. They help independent journalists. And I've been nothing but good to her. And this was all doing the YSL trial, right? So that's when I met Miss Sylvia during that time. I called in on one of her platforms. And the reason why I liked watching Miss Sylvia was because when Judge Glanville was having crazy stuff going on in the courtroom, and he would tell the cameras to turn off or, you know, mute the cameras and stuff or go off early or whatever, she would come out and she would tell us the stuff. Somebody said Sly Fox. She would tell us the stuff that was going on in the courtroom that we missed on the live streams. So one day I called in on her panel and I was like, hey, Miss Sylvia, I like you or whatever. You know, I love your coverage or whatever. I want to give an opinion. And she was like, you know, I told her who I was. She was like, oh, Gerald, the NCB that did the Shankola Roberts case. And I was like, yeah. So, but over time, you know, we chit-chatted every once in a while or whatever. And we were talking about going to different trials, covering the trials or whatever. And I told her I was coming to the Diddy trial. She was already there. No, this is before it actually started. And I was supposed to get there early at the start of trial, but I had a death in my family where I could not come. So, can y'all hear me? I just had to switch it back over to the other mic. Hold on. Because y'all, this is going to be, you're going to get some good tea. It's going to tie it in. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Hold on, y'all. So anyways, y'all, so hold on. Okay. So anyways, so Miss Sylvia was like, okay, cool. And we was talking about what was going to stay and stuff like that. So anyways, I said at first I was going to stay in New York, but I ended up staying in Jersey. So I told her, I said, well, Miss Sylvia, you know, I didn't. Okay, hold on. Okay, you say y'all can't hear me no more? Hold on, y'all. God dang. Hold on. Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay, all right, so cool. So anyways, so we planned on, so I went to New York, got my hotel and all that stuff in New York, got a rental car and stuff like that, because I was like, I'm just going to drive back and forth because I can't do public transportation. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just can't be on no trains, taking no buses, you know. And you would think somebody that claims he's, you know, the cloud and he's this and he's worth, somebody that's worth more than us is riding on the train on public transportation. Bitch, I'm the baddest Blawger. I would never ride on no motherfucking transportation, bitch. Uber Black, or I'm motherfucking whipping, or I got a motherfucking company that's bitch taking me around. You Armon Wiggins supposed to be this Armon fucking where you a powderhead on public transportation? No, not me. I'm not knocking nobody that do public transportation, but not me. Okay. So at the end of the day, I did not know how far Miss Sylvia lived until I got to Jersey. And I was telling her when I got there, I said, Miss Sylvia, this was June 22nd. I said, Miss Sylvia, I'm going to go and see the courthouse and stuff like that. So, you know, that comes around to the Armon situation. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, boom. During the time that people was coming to me at the courthouse and telling me that Armon was telling them not to talk to me and was, you know, just talking shit, Miss Sylvia had came to me Tuesday, okay, and told me that Armon wasn't talking to her because she was cool with me, and she was saying, you know, I've been cool with you first or whatever. And I was like, Miss Sylvia, don't worry about that. You know, do what you do, woo to woo woo. So she said, I'm not, you know, I'm not worried about it, whatever, because she was saying that he was speaking to everybody around her and would not speak to her. So kind of the same thing he did to me on that Monday, because I was like, well, damn, you know, you don't look for nobody to expect something, but if I did something with somebody tomorrow and I see them like, yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? It ain't no smoke. But now I know why, because you wanted to be messy to go around the courtroom to tell everybody to not speak to me. Okay, boom. So anyways, long story short, I told Miss Sylvia she could ride with me. So when I get to Jersey and before we go to Manhattan, Miss Sylvia tells me that she stays in Roselle. So that's about 30 minutes from Newark to Roselle. So I drive from Newark to Roselle. It's really late in the afternoon, evening, and it's about an hour from Roselle to Manhattan. For like 10 miles is an hour. I'm like, God damn, 10 miles is an hour. So boom, I'm doing this all week. I think the one time that I did not take her, she had to get on the bus, was I had an appointment with my attorney about a case that we're investigating. And I forgot that I scheduled it on one of the days that was on the Diddy trial. You get what I'm saying? It was like 2 months out that I had scheduled it, like prior to going to the Diddy trial. And it came up on my phone as something to do for the next day. And I was like, oh, snap. So I need to go to the courthouse later on that day. So I texted Miss Sylvia way before the next day and told her she may have to ride the bus. So she rode the bus. When I get there and it's time to go, I can't remember the exact date, but when I get there and it's time to go, some lady walks up and she's like, Miss Sylvia, do you have a ride? Or is that guy that you was dragging yesterday is gonna take you? I said, what you mean dragging? What she say? And she was like, I don't know if the lady was serious or not, but the lady was saying, what did she say? She said, yeah, she was saying that she don't know about you. You was wishy-washy. She don't know if she was gonna be able to take you. And I said, oh, Miss Sylvia, you said, I said, oh, God gonna get her. Don't even worry about God gonna get her. So then when we walked off, she and her phone to my, no, God gonna get her. I said, Miss Sylvia, you said it, but don't worry about it. Come on. So I'm like, okay. So that was my first flag or whatever. So I was like, okay, woo, woo, woo. Now, mind you, remember when I told y'all to remember the date that I made that video, okay? That was on July the 2nd, okay? That I made that video about Armon, okay? Was Armon on Booger Sugar, okay? Boom. So fast forward, every morning, Miss Sylvia would rush me. Like, now the first morning I got up early at 3:30 because I wanted to be in the courtroom. But once I got in the courtroom, I saw Diddy or whatever, and I couldn't hear. I was like, man, I'm gonna go to the overflow. So I've been sticking out with the overflow. So my line sitter that I paid Monday, you know, I told them don't even worry about it. You get what I'm saying? Because I like the overflow better. And my price wasn't even bad. Okay, I got it really for the Lolo. But so every morning it's like I'm trying to get up, get myself together. She rushing me. What time we going to the courthouse? What time we get to the courthouse? I'm like, Miss Sylvia, court don't start till 9. Why do we have to be up at 5 every morning? It was just so much little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I dealt with it. I didn't say nothing. People could not tell. Y'all saw we was, you know, because I'm not a messy person. Okay. If you cross me, then I can get messy. So I'm like, okay, woo woo woo. So, but every morning it was like that. It was like that. And so when the lady said what she said at the courthouse, I'm like, well, damn, Miss Sylvia couldn't even respect the fact that I had a meeting scheduled with my attorney that I had scheduled 2 months prior to the Diddy trial, that I forgot about it. I'm like, oh shit, damn, this done fell on one of the days of the Diddy trial. So I went late, but I still took her home. We went out to eat. I think it was one day not Armon, excuse me. That powder head must be talking about me. It wasn't him. It was me, Nick at night. It was a girl that Miss Sylvia was hanging around. I forgot her name. And it was the knot. and we went out to this restaurant. I think everybody was telling me about when I first got here or whatever. I can't remember the name of the time, but we went to the restaurant. The next day after that, you know, it was just a lot of drama at the courthouse, Fast forward on July 1st, Tuesday, okay? On Tuesday, July 1st, hold on, let me get this date right, because this finna tie into this text message that Pyda Head finna talk about. So hold on. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. I appreciate it. Let me go to the calendar. Let me get y'all this. Hold on, because this is gonna make sense to y'all. July 1st was Tuesday. I made the video about Armon on Wednesday. That was the day of the verdict day, okay? It was raining. It was pouring down. No, the day before it was raining. It was pouring down, all of that stuff. No. Was it the day? No, I think it was the day of the verdict. I think it was the day of the verdict. I'll get to that. Anyways, so the day before, was it the day before verdict day? Okay, boom. I'm sorry. It was on that Friday, the 27th. Okay, it was Friday the 27th. We had went out to a restaurant, me, Miss Sylvia, and another person. We went out to a restaurant and we ate. Okay, on Monday, the 30th, June 30th, Miss Sylvia and I asked Miss Sylvia what she wanted for you know, what she wanted to eat. She said she didn't want to eat. So I took her on to, you know, home. We driving from Manhattan to Roselle. It took us a long time to get there. Mind you, I'm driving from Newark to Roselle, from Roselle to Manhattan, from Manhattan to Roselle to Newark. This whole time, right? So that on the 30th, right? On the 30th, hold on. Okay, so on the 30th, I think it was the 30th. Anyways, we go to this restaurant the day before this incident I'm about to tell you. We go to this restaurant, we eat, it was nice, boom. The next day, when we come back from trial, I asked Miss Sylvia on the way, what you want to eat? She said she didn't want none. So when we get in Roselle, we get to this restaurant that looked like the diner place that we had ate at the day before. And I was like, I thought you said you wanted nothing to eat. Because I had already had up in my mind what I was going to get because it was around the corner. So Miss Sylvia said, no, let's get something. So she got something. It was pouring down raining. This is the story about her, how she left me out in the rain. It was pouring down raining, y'all. It was pouring down raining. So when we walk up to the door, they got a sign that say it closes at 8:30 and they was doing construction. I'm like, oh, Lord. In the kitchen, I'm like, oh, Lord. Oh, they're going to be moving the food around, trying to get the food out the way and all of this stuff, right? So, oh, hold on. Let me see. I'm not even reading the chat. What you say in the chat? I'm not even reading the chat. So listen, y'all. Oh, y'all going in the comments. So listen, it's finna get good. So we go into the restaurant. It's cold. It's raining, pouring down. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we go into the restaurant and it don't even smell good in there. I'm like, oh, what's the smell? Smell like Armon up. And I'm like, oh. So we sit down. We looking at the menu. I say, Miss Sylvia, I don't even want nothing. I can go get some around the corner. Go ahead and order your food to go so I can go get something so we get home because it's raining. I got to see and drive to get back to Newark and I'm tired, you know, because we were just getting back late, you know, after trial, staying in the SIDS. They're having to stay in that traffic for an hour to get to Roselle and then to drive from there to Newark. It was just a lot of traffic for like 5 fucking miles an hour. I'm like, God, it was just a lot. So I go out in the car, y'all. I'm sitting out in the car on. I'm listening to music. It's pouring down, raining, thundering and lightning. I'm throwing my phone because I'm on it and it's thundering and lightning. And so I'm like, damn, it's taking a long time for Miss Sylvia to get this food. So I call Miss Sylvia. And I'm like, what the hell? She ain't picking up. And I know Miss Sylvia be on her phone all 24/7 when she in the car. So I'm like, I know Miss Sylvia see the phone call. So I wait 5 more minutes, y'all. I get out the car 20 minutes later. I go up in there. I walk in the restaurant. Miss Sylvia is sitting in there having a whole fucking feast on the phone like this while she eating, and I'm outside sitting in the goddamn car while it's pouring down, raining, thunder and lightning. I'm hungry too. So I say, I go outside, I grab her shit because you about to get left. So when I walk back up to the door, the waitress and her hurrying up trying to rush her food. And so I go back to the car and I throw her shit back down on the floor. So she get in, I say, Miss Sylvia, I said, Miss Sylvia, that was very, very disrespectful of you to know that I'm sitting out here in the car. It's pouring down, thundering and lightning. It's raining. I'm cold. I don't have no jacket. I didn't have a jacket that day, y'all. It's pouring down, raining. And you sitting up here having a whole fucking feast. She orders a lot of food. She having a whole feast while I'm out there in the car. I'm like, Miss Sylvia, then go get in the car and say, I thought you told me to eat my food. Miss Sylvia, you know I ain't tell you to eat your food. I told you to get your shit to go. You didn't even want nothing to eat. I told you to get the food to go. You said you was going to order your food to go and you'll be outside because I was going to stop by a restaurant that was around the corner. She's sitting up in here eating. So I said, Miss Sylvia, I said, that is so crazy. I said, I'm not your chauffeur. I said, Miss Sylvia, you don't even say thank you. Miss Sylvia did not say thank you at all to me while I was helping her. Now, I understand people might say, well, you offered, but a thank you is free. She didn't even say thank you. She gonna say, well, I did say thank you. So you said thank you one time out of the whole time. Miss Sylvia, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me in my face, Miss Sylvia. I said, Miss Sylvia, you don't even send me gas money. You don't even say thank you. And I brought up to her how I traveled from here to here to here. I said, Miss, then I paid for her food one time, 40-something fucking dollars, 20-something for her shit, but still though. Because you always acting like you broke and you ain't got no money. All on her live telling people, Gerald got money, he got money. Don't be telling nobody what the fuck I got. You ain't finna get none. Tell me, I don't know how I just paid my rent. I'm broke. I don't know how I'm gonna pay. I don't know how you gonna pay it either. Left me out there in the rain, y'all. I swear to God on my dead grandmother's grave. I ain't got no reason to come up here and lie. Now I'm a gag, but I'm not gonna come up here and lie on you. So check this out, right? So that's why I'm trying to get my date together. So on July 1st, she apologized. I'm sorry, and then gonna have the nerve to tell me. And then when I told her, I said, Miss Sylvia, you could just ride the bus, the rest of the week. And I think that was the last day she rode the bus or whatever. I got to go back and look, but she rode the bus the next day because you're not riding with me no more because you're not appreciative. You're not even thankful. You had me like, come on, Missy. I'm not your fucking chauffeur. You feel what I'm saying? So no, she said when she got her YouTube check, she showed me her balance and was like she didn't make nothing and that she just paid her rent and that she was broke. But she kept on finding ways to, I don't listen. I don't have nothing to do with that. But she ended up sending me, hold on, let me put it up. So I was bringing up to her, about the fat Miss Sylvia, that was wrong, whatever. She gonna have the nerve to say, I don't have to ride with you. When I told her, I said, you could just catch the bus like you've been doing. I don't have to ride with you. I said, I wish you would have told me that before last week or before Monday when I started picking you up. You know what I'm saying? So on July 1st, she sent me $50. She said, Rod, thank you again. I think it was July 1st. She said, Rod, thank you again. She sent me $50. I don't know if y'all can see that from Infamous Sylvia. She sent me $50 for gas, right? So I kept it because I was going to send it back. I was going to send it back because I'm just like, girl, when we go to trials, you can't ride with me. You got to take public transportation because I just felt like that was very, very disrespectful. And then the fact that you already don't say thank you. You get what I'm saying? You could be like, Gerald, here go these $17 for the bus for gas. At least, you got me sitting out there while you in there y'all, she was in there having a whole fucking feast. I'm like, damn, Miss Sylvia. I swear. So she sent me $50 for gas. Okay, boom. Let's go back to Armon Wiggins. Let me put his face up here because I want y'all to read this, right? Hold on. Let me take y'all down. Look at this now. Wait, hold on. Wait. Listen.
Since we talked about it, she messaged me because I stopped talking to her because
He talking about Miss Sylvia.
I told her, I said, this person does talk about me, and I know you've now given this person access to me that would have never had access to me. But they were always going to make a video. I don't feel like they came there to do content. They came there to do what they did. You know what I'm saying? Be in a room and say they saw this person and talk shit and call this person this and call this person that.
A circus.
Yeah, like, so whatever. You say what you want to say. But I said, this is the reason why I ask about, you know, bringing people around, because I'm very selective about people I associate with, because what ends up happening is
because you do powder, nigga. That's why you're very select, because you do booger. That's what it is. And I'm gonna show these people that video in a minute.
Because I'm cool with you, people think, oh, well, we have a mutual friend, so they can jump in the car with you.
Hold on.
And be invited to my party. No, I don't know. Y'all be cool, but they not coming to my party, because now all of a sudden they got this story about how they kicked my ass at the park, and people are going to like this.
When did I ever say that I kicked his ass at the park? I never said I kicked your ass at the park. That's how I know you on that powder. Hold on.
This is why I asked you, who is it coming? Because and if you would have told me who it was, I would have said absolutely not, because they're going to do exactly what they just did. You know what the woman texted?
So you feel like all of this after you just set up online and told your people in your live that we took a shot. Oh, we did get in the car. Armon, stop the bullshit. You knew what it was.
Me?
What? Because I'm looking at her sideways.
Look, watch.
She texted me after and said, I'm so sorry. You were right. So they can jump in the car with you.
Listen to what invited to my party.
No, I don't know. Y'all be cool, but they not coming to my party, because now all of a sudden they got this story about how they kicked my ass at the park, and people are going to like. This is why I asked you, who is it coming? Because and if you would have told me who it was, I would have said absolutely not, because they're going to do exactly what they just did. You know what the woman texted me?
Look,
what? Because I'm looking at her sideways.
She texted me after and said, I'm so sorry. You were right. They did exactly what you said they would do.
Okay, so she tried to get.
I cannot believe he sat there. Now, mind you, if somebody send you a text message and you are reading what they send you, right, you would think that they would actually read the text message, right? So look what I did. I didn't call nobody else. I didn't go live. I didn't go off on Miss Sylvia. Now, this the only thing that I believed about this Pyda that he said out of his mouth, that Miss Sylvia texted him, because she's sneaky like that. She talked all this shit with me about the people. And I'm not going to bring them in it, because they don't have nothing to do with it. But for you to sit up here and text this man. Now, mind you, remember I told y'all about the date. I made that video about Armon on when? July 2nd. Miss Sylvia sent me the $50 from our little spat, because I brought up that she didn't give me no gas money. She sent me $50 on July 1st, right? So check this out, because I keep receipts, baby. I mean, you can check this out. So I text Miss Sylvia and I said, this was at 9:45 yesterday. I mean, when was this? Oh yeah, yesterday, Tuesday. I said, I don't know if y'all can see that. I said, you texted Armon about me. I said, what did you say? I said, if you did say something, you need to let me know before I make a video tomorrow, because I'm going to talk about everything, including how I did nothing but helped you, pay for your food, and you left me out in the rain. So if you want to talk to me before then, let me know. So as you can see down there at the bottom, Miss Sylvia sends me the text message. She sends me the text message that she texts Armon. And look at the date. The date is when? July 3rd, Thursday. 2 days after me and you have our situation. She says at 9:24 in the morning, Armon, I apologize. People are calling me about Gerald video. You were right about these folks doing video for content. I do apologize. So I said, Miss Sylvia, Why would you sit in the car with me, say this man once speaking to you, you didn't give a damn, talk all this shit about Armon in the car with me, telling Denot stuff that he said, and then you wait until I bring up the fact that you was wrong for leaving me outside in the fucking rain while you sat up there and had a whole feast like somebody your fucking chauffeur or something. I'm like, I know damn well Miss Sylvia did not just send this man a text message talking about I just saw Gerald video. Mind you, I did the video on the 2nd. The text message is on the 3rd. Okay? So 2 days after our splat, or the little situation where she sent me the $50. And matter of fact, I'm gonna put the cash out receipt, the receipt up here, the cash out receipt. So a day after I did the video, 2 days after we had our splat. And see, that's that messy shit. Because I don't like people like that. If me and you was talking shit about somebody, I'm going to come out and say, yeah, I was talking shit about you with my friend, with somebody that I trusted. I'm not going to say I want talking shit about you. But you sat up here and talk shit about this dude like a fucking dog and talked about how I almost beat that nigga ass and how I was asking him what he wanted to do, all this shit. And then even in the live video that I made Sunday when I brought up the fact that I want to tell y'all some tea, and you was like in the background, no, don't tell them that. And then you turn around and wait till we have a situation to go over here to Armon and send him a text about me. And then he sat right up there on live and tried to make me look bad and read something on the text message that it didn't even say. The text message didn't even say what you said, Armon. That's how people know you a liar and how they know that I asked what the fuck you wanted to do, because you sat up here and looked at a text message and didn't even read what she said. She said, people calling me about Gerald video. You were right about these folks doing video for content. I do apologize. Now let's go back and hear what you said, Armon. Let's go back and hear what you said, Armon.
Who is it coming? Because and when if you would have told me who it was, I would have said absolutely not, because they're gonna do exactly what they just did. You know what the woman texted me?
What? Because I'm looking at her sideways.
Look, she texted me after and said, I'm so sorry.
He reading it.
You were right. They did exactly what you said they would do.
What? Okay, so she tried to get a benefit of the doubt, but
Armon,
it's a gotcha moment. And I
do y'all see Pyda head Armon Wiggins got up there on his show last night and lied and said he did exactly what you said he would do. And that's not even what the text message say. The text message, Armon, I apologize. People are calling me about Gerald video. You were right about these folks doing video for content. I do apologize. Now, look at this same text message. Look at this same, listen, Dr. Dale, he blatantly lied on me. That's why, see, they don't want to say your name because they know they be lying on you. And when they say your name and you know, they lying on you, you can sue them. But he blatantly read a text message that Miss Sylvia sent him that I showed y'all, that I texted her about, that she sent me what she said. People, now it's messy. People calling me about Gerald video. You were right about these folks doing video for content. So now Miss Sylvia is throwing shade at me with the op that she was dogging out and talking about. Like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? Okay, so that's my issue with Miss Sylvia. Like, why are you messy like that? All this mess that you done got stirred up. So let me show y'all the video that Armon, let me show y'all this video on Armon. So y'all know he got the powder right there. But let me show y'all this video. Armon, look at that powder right there. Look. Wait, I gotta pause. Y'all gotta see that brick of coke. Y'all don't see that coke? Armon, how you hit that nose and you still got powder in your nose, Armon? Y'all, I'm out here arguing with a powder head. Let me show y'all. I'm out here arguing with a powder head. Armon, show them how you was wiping that nose with all that powder. We got that nose play for you, Armon. You got to dig it. Look, he tried to quickly wipe that nose, boy. He tried to, you see him he tried to play it off. Wait, let me play this bit some more. Hold on, wait. Look at all that powder. All that powder in your nose, Armon. And so this was the screen grab that I got from the video. All that powder in your nose bricked up. So, sir, listen. Stop all that lying. Now, Miss Sylvia. Now, we don't receive some documents, Miss Sylvia. We did. Now, let me tell y'all something. I ain't gonna go in on her just yet. But you got one time to cross me and it's everything. I'm coming after you with everything I got in you. I don't want to bring your daughter up here so she could tell her story about this alleged sexual assault and how she killed her baby and how she just got out of prison. And everybody was saying that you shouldn't be in New York. You should be down there in Atlanta, Fulton County with your daughter. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into nothing about these pictures, these new pictures that's being sent around of you. I'm not going to get into these letters that you was writing. You know, I'm not trying to really get into that messy part with you, Miss Sylvia. But I felt like it was very messy for you. And then, listen, when I called her and I asked her to come on live and tell the truth about the incident, I don't want to get involved with that. I don't want to get involved with that. But yeah, you send up here sending a text message to somebody that you was send in the car with me and outside the courthouse talking shit about, and then you get mad out of a situation where I'm telling you that was wrong for what you did of going to that restaurant and eating like that while I'm sitting out there in the car waiting for you so I can get me some food and get back to my hotel room so I can have enough rest so I don't have to hear your fucking text message and you blowing on my fucking phone at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if she thought because I have money or whatever she assumes that I have, that she just felt like, oh, I don't have to offer gas. I don't have to do this. I don't do that. You don't, but you didn't even offer a thank you. Thank you, Gerald. I appreciate you for picking me up this morning. I appreciate you for dropping me off, Gerald. See you tomorrow. See you in the morning. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that was dirty and low down for you to do that. And for that, I'm not fucking with you no more. And that's why everybody say you are messy. They are right. You kept up a lot of stuff at the courthouse. And all I did was try to encourage you and lift you up because I didn't want to see you in the corner crying all the time. I don't see why you go inside of the courtroom. All you do is sit there with your arms folded and go to sleep and wake up. I mean, you don't come out, you don't report, then you cry about your views, but you don't even come out the courthouse and you don't even give an update on the case. Like you don't know anything about court and all you do is follow behind defendants, don't know if they're perverts or not. But until a guilty verdict comes out, then you gonna ride. I mean, it's like, lady, it's so much stuff about you that's going on. And it's like, I like to get to know people for myself. And you try to be dirty. Then let me tell y'all something about her. Then We was seeing, listen, Miss Sylvia, I don't know, I'm not gonna say she do witchcraft. I'm not gonna say she do witchcraft or what she involved in. But we was on the way back one day and she was watching this video with this lady up here who was doing a reading on the tarot card readings or something on the Diddy trial, talking about how it was going to be hung and all this stuff like that. And I'm like, Miss Sylvia, you in witchcraft? But you sit up here online and you sit up here and you pray and you do all this Jesus, Jesus this, but you sit up here listen to somebody that's reading tarot cards about the trial and wasn't even fucking right. Wrong as hell. Diddy didn't get found in Rico. Talking about they was going, that the whole trial was going to be hung. It's like, and don't make me get onto the stuff you said about Dennis Byron, but I'm not going to go there because it's still on video. Y'all can go pull the video up right now. She got in the car and told me that Dennis Byron was sexually harassing her. But then I'm in the courthouse, you sitting up there smiling in his face. Then if you go back to one of her lives, you can see it. Well, she's like, back up, Don't make me get into this stuff that they done sent me. And they sent me receipts. So it's so much stuff like, don't do me like that because I didn't do anything to you. I've been nothing but good to you. There's not one bad thing that you can say that I did to you other than treat you right. Well, you didn't have to get on no bus and nobody had to bust you upside your head. And if they would have bust you upside your head, then you probably would have deserved it from all this shit that you're doing. And I'm sitting here like people telling me this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, Miss Sylvia that was in my car. They like, yeah. I'm like, what? So somebody was telling me, they was like, you the one that did the Shanquella case. And I'm like, yeah. They was like, oh, she hates you. I said, man, stop lying, man. I said, not Miss Sylvia hate me. They said, Gerald, she get on that members only channel and she talk about everybody. She talked about Tisa Tales and then she was smiling in her face and then she turned on her. She get in that member. They said she get in that members only channel and she talk about all of us. I don't know. I haven't been in the members only channel, but they said she talk about all of us like a dog. And so I was like, man, listen, you know, she didn't use me. You know, I was really being a help for her, you know, trying to help save her money or whatever. But it's like, don't nobody owe you nothing. But what really pissed it off, what really brought it to a head was when she went in that restaurant knowing damn well we was going to order to get the food to go anyway. And she was telling me I'm about to order to go and I'll be out there. And I go outside and I'm sitting outside waiting for you. And then I'm calling you. I call her and she didn't pick up. So I waited 5 more minutes, 20 minutes. When I went in there, she on the fucking phone eating. And the problem was with that little white girl or some girl that be sending her these I guess these graphic designs that she was putting up for the Diddy trial and stuff that she be or whatever. I don't know. But I was like, and then with the text message, because the first thing I said is what the date was going to be. What the date was going to be. Is it going to be after we had our splat or before? But it was after. It'll be something different if you text this before, but it wouldn't. You want to test it before because you tested about the video that I made on him on July the 2nd. It ain't gonna wait. I mean, what? So listen, remember when I was telling y'all on July 2nd that in the text message, they were sharing the location. I told y'all this from the get-go. I told y'all the full story in that video that I made on July 2nd in the restaurant about what happened between me and Armon. You see up here where it says Armon shared location with you. This is Miss Sylvia's phone because she sent me the screenshot. And then Miss Sylvia was sharing her location with him so that he could keep up with where we are and how far away we were. And we can keep up. If they move, we can move where they were. So that goes to show about the location part where I was telling y'all about. I ain't got no reason to lie. I asked you if it was smoke. You didn't want no smoke. You went to the court. You proved my whole point in your video last night. They ain't gonna say I ain't fucking with nobody that fuck with you. Like, that's some hating ass shit. That's some hating ass shit. So, boom. Okay, let me show y'all the screenshot of the cash app that Miss Sylvia sent. I'm gonna send this to y'all. And then I heard that her daughter just got out of jail. Girl, I'll take your daughter $10,000 to do an interview with me about you allegedly sexually assaulting her, Miss Sylvia. Don't play with me. I'm the baddest blogger. I advise y'all to go look me up. I don't know why people thought, oh, look at his channel. Bitch, that's YouTube. Go to Facebook, go to my website. Go look at the mainstream media outlets that my blog has been mentioned in. You don't see Armon nowhere but about baby or a Diddy supporter. That's what you are, a Diddy supporter. When you see mine, it's the NCB. Okay? Armon, show me some news articles that you are in. And I'm going to show you one that I'm in on the Daily Mail. Let's do that, Armon. How about that? How about that? Let me put this down. Let me remove this powder head. And let me put this up here for y'all. Let's put this up. Armon, I want Armon to show us one news outlet that got you up there reporting a story and not you being up there as a Diddy supporter getting baby oil poured all on you. Now, let me show y'all this. This right here is the Daily Mail. Okay? Matter of fact, hold on. Let me back out and go to the actual story. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. And I want Armon to show us, Armon. And I'm gonna show you. This is just one. It's many of them out there. This is just one of them, Armon. This is the Daily Mail, Armon. You know who they are? Huh? Do you know who they are? This is dated April 8th, 2024. Do you see? Wait, hold on. You're gonna see. I don't want to reply before he repeats his demand and punches time with his left in the video unearthed by the North Carolina beat. Do you see that, Armon? Do you see that, Armon? Do you see my logo right here, Armon? Do you see it? Do you see the NC beat right there? Huh? Do you see it? I mean, I'm just trying to understand. When are you going to show us an article with you being in there? Like, they not using your stuff. They got you in the news for being a Diddy supporter, getting baby oil poured on you. Huh? I mean, I'm just trying to understand. They not using you. So at the end of the day, you know, I just wanted to come up here and address that. Okay, this powder head that's out here in these streets, y'all, you can never trust the powder head. And the fact that you blatantly lied on me about a text message that Miss Sylvia sent you. Oh, y'all, let me put the Cash App up there. Because I said I was going to put y'all the Cash App up here. Or the $50 that Miss Sylvia sent me. Look at it right here. Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. Look, you see it right there. Infamous Sylvia, July 1st at 8:20 for Rod. Thank you again. $50 that she sent. And then on July 2nd, I mean on the 3rd, 2 days later, you're going to text him, tell me I apologize. After you done sat up there in my car and done talk shit about this man. Miss Sylvia, you are fake and you are phony. And I'm the baddest blogger and I'm the last person that you want to beef with, baby. Because, see, I don't deal with this social media stuff. I go deep down into your real personal fucking life. And I let the people know who you really are versus who you portray to be on social media. Okay? Okay? So at the end of the day, don't play with me because I give your daughter some stacks to come up here and tell her story. So at the end of the day, you know, I don't know. So I don't know if Armon's going to pay her to get up here and lie and tell the story about what happened. Or I don't know if she's going to be a real woman and she's going to come forward and say, I don't know. And I don't care because I've already said what I said. When we see each other again, we will deal with this in person. I'm not no content creator, nigga. I'm from the streets and my people is from the streets and they gang. We not no little online shit like, you know, look, you know what I'm saying? You may think that shit is funny, but when you come to the South up north, Bro, we ain't with that bullshit. Keep that shit over there in LA. All that Hollywood bullshit. Keep that shit over here. Don't come over here in the South because you don't know who you fucking with. So at the end of the day, you can call the police. You can file a lawsuit. Do what you want to do. Don't get up here like Denat said. Don't get up here acting all tough and then you want to go to the police and then you want to cry. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then don't get up here lying on me talking about, I just got to play that one more time, y'all. I got to play that lie that Armon said. That shit was so funny that he sat up there and said what that text message said that Miss Sylvia sent him. Hold on. This is so funny. Y'all got to look at his face. Look at his face.
Okay, so she tried to get a benefit of the doubt, but because I'm
so
looking at her
sorry.
side, because I'm looking at her
sorry.
sideways.
She texted me
Look.
after and said, "I'm so sorry. You were right. They did exactly what you said they would do."
Okay, so she tried.
But y'all, this is what the real text message said. Armon, I apologize. People are calling me about Gerald video. You were right about these folks doing video for content. I do apologize. Miss Sylvia, what are you apologizing for? So you send this dude a text message saying, people are calling me about Gerald video, meaning that I'm the subject of the text message or the conversation. You were right about folks doing video for content. So you saying me telling a real story that happened at Central Park is me doing something for content 2 days after you sent me $50 after you left me outside in the motherfucking rain. Miss Sylvia, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You old, gray, bad knees, see now having ass heifer. You ain't nothing. And I don't no longer have no respect for you. Fuck you. Fuck your followers. Don't call my phone no more. You won't ever get no tea from me. You won't ever, don't ever stay far away from the baddest blogger because you messy as fuck. And when you came up here and tried to throw Jane's ass in the mix, y'all know light-skinned James, thick, big Jane, big port loin James. Gerald, James came to me today. I got to talk to you. What? So you know our car rides was the baby. If y'all was a fly on the wall in the car rides. James, she get in the car, we riding. James told me, he came on to me, he said, "Oh, Miss Sylvia, I heard that you messy." And I said, and she said that she told him, "I am messy or whatever, since you coming, and you are messy." And I said, "Miss Sylvia, don't worry about that. Just do your thing, do your content. Stop hanging around everybody." That's why I can look at people and tell they messy. Like I can look at Armon and tell he ain't no good. You get what I'm saying? I can look at his badass skin. I'm talking about skin is bad. If you saw me in person and looked at Armon, you would definitely choose me because that nigga skin look like what Denat said, a bag of crushed chips, okay? But I'm just sitting here like, yo, you know. So she's stirring up drama because she knew how Armon felt about it. Exactly. But this is the thing. Who is Armon? Y'all be out here like that Trinidadian girl. She got into so much drama and so much beef with people because she was out here trying to do Armon's work, insert herself and shit, and she didn't know what the fuck was going on. And he kicked her to the curb, and she was just out there at the courthouse doing the little meeting that the lawyers had for Diddy's sentencing and stuff like that before the actual sentencing, walking a lonely road out there looking lonely with them big ass jeans on, looking lonely and crazy, looking for the next content creator she can get in beef with. But at the end of the day, I got my own shit going on. But I'm going to tell a story. And like I said, we can bookmark this shit until we see each other again. So at the end of the day, whether you want to believe I didn't run up, a bitch didn't punk you or whatever, we will see each other again. And I want everybody to have the cameras motherfucking rolling because it's going to be what it is. Whether you want a roast session, whether you want a fight session, Zeus, set it up. Me and Armon in the ring. Zeus Network, set it up. Call Zeus Network and set it up. You want to be famous so bad, set it up. What I should have did was record the whole situation and came out with the recording, but I'm not messy like you, Armon, because I don't do stuff for content. It was in the moment. I don't have time to go on my phone and record this. You beefing about something that's old, and they're talking about you ain't got no beef with nobody. Yes, you do. You got beef with your teeth. You got beef with your brand. You're a Diddy supporter. You was out there getting baby oil sprayed on you. And since the world has painted Cassie and Jane as victims, the mainstream media will always look at it like you were clowning and picking on victims of sexual assault, although we all have our different opinions about if we believe they are victims or co-conspirators or unindicted co-conspirators. But that's what people know you as. Okay? They don't know you like they know me. They know you for drama. You in the entertainment industry. I'm out here doing real stories and real cases. Okay? So at the end of the day, powder head, I got some powder for you. Okay. Yeah, so Miss Sylvia, she real messy. And however she wanted, I got more tea on her. I can go live on her for days and days and days. I'm not gonna send these people these you know, they got her sending a dirty tub naked with dildos all around on the I said, what? Man, Miss Sylvia, this is sad. And I'm like, damn, I thought we was cool. I'm like, what? So, anyways, listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. I appreciate that. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Make sure you tag somebody, tell somebody, and you know, tag me and let me know if anybody go live talking shit. Let me know, especially if it's one of these hoes that I talked about on tonight. Like I said, Miss Sylvia, you messy as fuck. I'm not fucking with you no more. Okay. You bald-headed ass raccoon looking ass. I'm not fucking with you. You fake church lady, witchcraft, tarot reading, card watching, video having ass. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm not fucking with you, Miss Sylvia. And I'm not even going to tell people not to fuck with you. I'm going to tell people do what I did, get to know people for themselves, and you will find out who they really are. I'm not fucking with nobody anymore. So at the end of the day, I'm doing my thing. I do my thing. Hope y'all have security at y'all trials and shit, because y'all creating a lot of beef. And I'm not the nigga that's gonna go to the police or file a lawsuit. I'm the type of nigga, me and my people, we gonna go to your ass. And at the end of the day, if you don't want this smoke, leave me alone. Okay? Leave me alone. Okay? And Armon, next time you go to a restaurant, go wash your ass first and go to a restaurant that you can afford. You would have been better off going to Olive Garden somewhere, having drinks and getting you a $21.99 Alfredo shrimp pasta plate instead of taking your ass to the Chop House where you can't afford, you know, to eat. You got to go across the street. Okay. So at the end of the day, sir, and stay out these punks' house. You over here staying up in Mr. Duchess Kelly house. Okay. He threw shade at you, whether you caught the shade or not. He threw major shade at you by coming up here, sitting in the same spot that you were sitting when you was, you know, doing the Diddy trial. But you got all this money and you worth, sir, you was worth a bag of powder. You will always be worth a bag of powder. And if you don't believe me, here's Armon at the bottom sitting in that seat. And that's Mr. Duchess Kelly Duchess up there sitting in the same spot. You can look at the doors, you can look at the backgrounds, or you go over there and check out the videos and check out that video they did last night. And you can see both backgrounds. And Armon didn't pay the man no rent, staying there for free in New York City and trying to brag about him just coming back like you've been spending money and you ain't been spending nothing. Running around Central Park with homeless people laying all up and down on them dirty ass bed sheets that you probably done stole from Mr. Kelly. How Mr. Kelly, check your sheets and see if you still got all your sheets. You know, I'm just. And so, you know, when you play dirty, you never win when you play dirty. That's what Nene Elite said. You never win when you play dirty. And Miss Silver thought that she was going to be fake behind my back. And the person that you tried to be fake with done exposed you by saying you sent them a text message. And all I did was ask you, what did you send? You sent it. Armon's a liar. And you messy as hell. And so at the end of the day, I appreciate y'all for coming on tonight. And hopefully you don't leave nobody else in the rain, Miss Sylvia. It'd be something different if you was giving gas money. Then I could sit out there and wait. But the fact that you went up in a restaurant and it's clear as day that we get to go food. And why would I be sitting outside in the rain with the car running while you sitting up in there having a whole fucking feast? Having a whole